Data warehouse characteristics. What is meant by data? Data is the collection of raw facts. Database is the collection of data. Database management system is the database which is managed and organized by the system is called database management system. Database management system example is Oracle. Oracle, which developed that structured query language and PLSQL. Database Data warehouse characteristics are subject-oriented organization, integrated data sources, time-variant storage, non-volatile data, supports decision-making, optimized for analysis, centralized data repository. What is meant by data warehouse? That is, data warehouse is designed by organizing data around major subjects of the business rather than individual applications. And it focuses on key business areas. It is instead of storing data for day-to-day operations, the data warehouse concentrates on important business areas that help in decision making. And examples including sales and finance, and sales are revenue, orders, regions, customers, finance are profit, expenses, budgets, accounts. And it is used for simplifies data analysis, analyzing trends, compare performance, generate reports, provides application specific data, and it improves the clarity of the data, and it supports business users. Subject oriented means that organized around subjects, focuses on key business areas, and it takes the examples including sales and finance, simplifies data analysis, avoids application specific data, improves clarity, supports business users. Data warehouse has the characteristic integrated. Data collected from multiple sources resolves data inconsistencies. Data inconsistency means that data which is not consistent. Uses common naming conventions, ensures uniform data formats, removes duplicate records, and it improves data consistency, and it creates unified view. The data can be evaluated as view form. Time variant. It stores historical data, and each record has the timestamps, and it supports the concept of trend analysis, enables comparison over periods, and it is used for helping in forecasting the data, and it maintains data over years, and it supports the strategic decisions. A data warehouse has the characteristic non-volatile. Data is not frequently updated and read-only access for users, and there is no delete operations and no update operations, and it ensures the data stability, and it supports consistent analysis, and it improves the reliability of the data. It is used for centralized storage, that means single storage location, and it combines enterprise data, and it avoids the data redundancy. Data redundancy means that repetition of the data, duplication of the data. This centralized storage avoids that duplication of the data. It improves data availability, and it simplifies data management. Trend analysis, and it improves decision quality, and it enables forecasting the data. A data warehouse has the characteristic data consistency. That means uniform data formats are to be implemented, improved data quality, and it eliminates the contradictions of the data, and it supports reliable reporting, and it improves trust in data, and it enhances the analytics of the data. Query processing. Query means the retrieval of the information. This optimized for complex queries. It supports the OLAP operations. OLAP operations means that online analytical processing operations. It handles a large data set, and it is useful for querying response. And query processing supports that aggregation of the data, and it is useful for slicing and dicing of the concepts, and it enhances analysis speed. Read-only nature. No frequent data modifications, data loaded periodically, and it ensures a stable data. It avoids transaction conflicts. It supports consistent reporting, and it is useful for improving the performance of the data and simplifying and accessing the data. Large data volume. It stores massive data sets, and it supports enterprise level data, and it handles years of the data. It is useful for optimizing storage techniques, and it supports scalability, and it improves analytical depth, and it handles the growth of the data. Data granularity. It stores detailed data, and it also stores summarizing the data. It is useful for drill down analysis of the data, and it is useful for roll up operations of the data, and it is useful for flexible data access, and it improves analysis accuracy, and it is useful for enhancing insights of the data. Metadata support. It is useful for data about the data. Metadata is the data about the data. It is useful for explaining data structures. It is useful for explaining data sources. It is useful for improving understanding of the data. It supports data governance, and it enhances usability, and it simplifies management of the data. Security features. Role-based access control protects sensitive data, ensures data confidentiality, supports authentication, prevents unauthorized access of the data, maintains compliance, enhances trust. Scalability. Supports growing data volumes, and it is useful for handling increasing the users. It is useful for flexible architecture. It supports future expansion, and it improves long-term usability, and it is useful for handling business growth, and it is useful for ensuring performance of the data. Performance optimization. It is useful for indexed data storage, and partitioned tables are to be used. It is optimized query execution. It supports fast retrieval, and it reduces the response time. It improves the user experience, and it enhances the efficiency of the data. Decision support. Decision support is the characteristic of the data warehouse. It supports strategic decisions, it supports practical decisions, and it supports operational analysis. It provides accurate insights, it enhances business intelligence, and it improves planning of the data, and it improves competitiveness of the data. Advantages of data warehouse are improves data quality, supports better decisions, enhances reporting, provides historical insights, integrates enterprising the data, it improves performance, it supports analytics. Here, essential components of business intelligence are to be represented, and it provides reliable data, it supports analytical processing, it improves decision making, and it handles historical data, and it ensures consistency of the data, it supports the business growth of the data. This is the conclusion of the data warehousing.